All right, let's not act like we didn't know that this wasn't gonna happen. We talked about it a couple days ago, and I did in fact say there was a possibility that Carti was not gonna end up being on this Offset album that they previewed, and it was spreading around everywhere. I'm not sure if they planted it. Potentially, that's really what happens in the music industry a lot. They'll get on all the pages because they know it's gonna go up, and that's one of my main points as to like what actually happened. But there's no Carti on Offset's album, which is called Set It Off. But it did have that one meme like we don't have Carti, but we're not gonna get Carti, but we're gonna get Carti at home. I completely messed up that meme. Y'all know what I'm talking about. We got Cardi B. Not only Cardi B, we got 2 Cardi B features. Does that equal 1 Playboi Carti feature though? No, definitely not. But I guess we got Travis Scott, Don Toliver, Future, yada yada yada. Who cares? I guess Young Nudie, let's go. And Future and Travis Scott and Don Toliver are fire too. But still, we were waiting on that Playboi Carti feature. But something that we do have to look for, I guess not this Friday, but I was thinking it was on the same day. But when is Offset dropping? I don't think it's this Friday, is it? Let me know. It's something easily I can just look up. But we're getting that Ken Carson project potentially on the 13th or whatever that Friday is, because he's been teasing that for literally weeks or months, however long it's been. But regarding this Playboi Carti feature, what I have to say about it is they definitely knew that this shit was not clearing, because they previewed it at this release party that I mentioned earlier. What I don't understand is, before you turn in a project, and I understand you can change up the track list and all that, last minute we see or we hear about that all the time, like Drake and Kanye, like somebody finally sent in the verse, right? But it seems as though, like, you know, actually we know for a fact that Carti's feature was there and it was fire. I think it was called Rock Out or whatever, and it sounds like not necessarily a Cardi B, although it very well could have been. So one possibility is that it's Carti's song and that Future Offset is featuring on it. However, why would he preview it at his release party, you know, other than to get some clout? Because we all know how much weight Carti's name holds on features. Like, whenever you get that, you know that the whole internet, every single page is going to be posting it for free, and then there you go, you got some free marketing promo for your album. You can tell your label you don't even need to spend anything on the budget. But then secondly, as I was alluding to earlier, they knew that it wasn't going to get cleared, or it wasn't already cleared, because they played it at the release party. You would have thought that, like, when you turn in the project, which you got to do at least say a couple of weeks in advance to the label, to QC, I think Offset is signed to, even though I think he was suing them to get out of it potentially. Correct me if I'm wrong. But given that, the time frame really doesn't add up. And so if they played the song without it being cleared, and there was plenty of time because they already had the verse, it's not like they were just waiting on the feature to be sent in. Like, they're just using it for promo. Okay, that's all it is. Or again, it's Carti's song. But I think that the main thing is Playboi Carti just does not like to feature on other artists who he's not hotter than. That's what it is. Somebody said it in the comments, and it's so facts. He's definitely only clearing, they deleted it, he's definitely only clearing verses for artists that are hotter than him. We've already talked about this. How much did his monthly listeners and just clout level influence go up by only giving features out to Drake? Who was the next one? The Weeknd, Travis Scott. That's like the top 3 right there. And The Weeknd's not even a rapper, but he's one of the biggest artists in the world, if not, you know, top 3. Travis Scott selling what, 500K or something like that first week. Drake doing Drake numbers per usual. The Weeknd doing crazy numbers. He's like, I saw his streams the other day, it was like 300 something mil. Crazy. A week. And so Offset, yes, he's a mainstream artist, and yes, this album is probably gonna sell decently. I'd say like within 100 to 200, maybe even less. I don't know, it really depends. But I guess he got big names on here, right? He's got Future, he's got like the Avengers on his feature track list. So even Cardi B, so he's gonna get that whole, and Lotto, he's gonna get that whole female fan base where they go crazy because they do put a lot of budget behind them, since there's a lot less female rappers. We've talked about this and therefore they have a lot more money to put behind them. They're like the main focal point of the music industry right now, or at least hip hop, in that with all the male artists, there are so many that like they have a bunch of money to go around. So Offset, he's gonna sell, yes, 100 to 200K or whatever, but if we're talking about like actual organic hype, like giving Offset a feature is not gonna be the same type of look. And I give him his respect because I like Offset. He's always been my favorite Migos artist. And while other people were still on that Quavo dick ride and shit, and I was like, he's not even that good, bruh. But Offset just, you know, organically is not Carti's level right now, or is not a Drake or The Weeknd. It's not gonna step up Carti's career. And I think that's the whole thing in the music industry that we all know about, or just clout game, in that it's kind of a stepping ladder. It's a ladder. And so there's only so many people who can be up the top. So, and it's a hierarchy of status. It's not like everybody can win. Hip hop is a sport. There can only be like one winner, or like a few of them. And so who you co-sign and who you affiliate with really matters, especially when this whole game is just perception. And we all know this. That's why they bought shit. That's why they pay for promo to make all these rappers seem bigger than they really are. And so again, maybe Carti just didn't think that Offset hit the mark, you know? Even though the song would have been fire, and they got a couple other fire leaks like Pyru, Boulder Crest, or whatever the other ones are, it's just unfortunate. And he wasn't even really giving Uzi the feature like that on Pink Tape, or at least he sent it in late, not really liking his verse. He wanted to make it perfect. And like, if he really cared enough to be on the Uzi feature, I'm not trying to like be a hater, but if he really cared enough, he would have sent it in early, right? We all make time for the things we care about. And as we all know, this just plays into Carti's whole rare or mystical aesthetic. But it also, again, it's just so predictable, because every single time that there's like a feature that's teased, it just never actually drops. And this is why a lot of people, there's like a large list of names behind Carti that have fallen or just like fallen out of friendship with him, like even Kid Cudi or Ian Connor way back in the day, or potentially Uzi, even though I know they're up and down. They might actually have a collab coming up called like Justin Bieber or something that it previewed at his birthday party. But then I don't even know, like just name anybody essentially, because he's very selective with who he affiliates with. And honestly, that is your greatest power as an artist, because again, everything is perception. So like, you don't want to, and so much of streaming is, it's not even if the music is good, it's if like the people like you, or they think you're cool, especially as a rapper. Maybe not other genres that are pushed, like actual, like people actually care about the music, but here it's more of the branding. And if, say, a clothing brand, Supreme, if Supreme back in the day, some famous rapper wore it, everybody's gonna start buying it, right? So similarly, if Carti's seen with like a bum rapper, say like Lil Xan, or like, you know, some SoundCloud fall off, like Smoke Perp or something, people are gonna start looking at him in a different way. I mean, like, wait, you're cool with him now. It could actually end up helping Smoke Perp and make him look cool, or name any example. And not hurt Carti as well, because I think that his brand is one of the strongest, or like he's got the strongest cults. But you get the point. Everything's perception, and so that's why he does all this shit. He's not even clearing Drake features all the time, or sending him features all the time, because he works in mysterious ways. We can't really say anything because he's the only one really doing it, and it seems to be working, right? But otherwise, no Carti feature. We're coming up on what, November? We got like one more month, a little bit less, until Carti starts his Antagonist tour with the rest of Opium. And will we get any new music from them? It looks like we're getting Ken Carson, and Destroy Lonely dropped some new songs on the deluxe, but will Carti? That is the age-old question, like a Tootsie Pop.